Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of the MotorMinds Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick McCoy, and I'm so excited to be here with everyone today. Thank you for listening, however you got here. You know, this is something that I've been excited to do and been thinking about doing for a really long time now. It's been in the back of my head for years, and here recently been talking to my wife and other people that I know, love, and trust, and I think they got sick of me talking about it because they said, hey man, it's time for you to stop talking about it and just do it. So here we are on May 16th, 2023, recording the first ever episode, and I couldn't be more excited. So what is MotorMinds Podcast and why are we here talking about it? So MotorMinds is a podcast where I aim to explore the intersection of car obsession and mental health. Two things that are very near and dear to me, of course, because I'm an avid car enthusiast. You may know me from Instagram as Cruiser Pat with my 2014 Land Cruiser, but also something that I'm pretty open about, that I deal with mental health elements day in and day out. It's something that I know that a lot of people in the world deal with as well, and especially car enthusiasts as well. One thing that I found in my 25 years of being obsessed with cars is that a lot of people who love cars, who are obsessed with them, love to tinker with them, love to research them, love to talk about them, love to go to car shows, all that kind of stuff. People use cars as a vice or a crutch or a coping mechanism to get out of their heads and be able to cope with day-to-day life. It's that one escape that you can have during the day, or if you're like me, it's one thing that you like to do on the weekends just to clear your mind of things. So with this podcast, I aim to talk to other car enthusiasts, car obsessed, and people who may or may not have mental health issues about what cars have done for them in their life, maybe learn a little bit about their life story and why they love the cars that they do, and how it helps them be a better person. Because I know, again, from talking to so many people now, we all have something going on in our heads. We all have mental health issues, and it's all about different coping mechanisms. But with cars, we know that cars are a language that transcends, the general language that we know, English, Spanish, whatever it may be. If you love cars, you can go anywhere in the world and strike up a conversation with somebody because of cars. It's a beautiful thing. So with that, the goal of the podcast here is not to get clicks or views or anything. It's really to be able to help other car enthusiasts and people who may be going through a tough time in their life be able to turn that corner and say, hey, yeah, I need help. Or maybe even learn a coping mechanism or two, or hear how people have gone through stressful times in their life with cars or without cars. So enough about that. Now let's talk a little bit about who I am and why I'm here today. My name is Patrick McCoy. I'm from Texas, Houston, Texas, H-Town, hold it down. And I've been obsessed with cars since I was a little boy. There are pictures of me, 1 or 2 years old, just holding Hot Wheels and playing with Tonka trucks and whatnot. But now I'm a 26-year-old man who drives a Land Cruiser that I've spent way too much money on and love to tinker with on the weekends, and I use it as my vice. I can remember from the age of 7, that's when I really got my car obsession and can really think about, okay, yeah, that's when I got the bug and when the bug bit me. In 2004, we moved to Texas, and our neighbor, the McCormicks, they had a 2001 Porsche 911 Carrera 4 in white with a manual transmission. And I can remember the first time I heard that thing start up, and it rattled my chest. I think a lot of car enthusiasts know that Porsche flat six sound, and it's just an unmistakable thing, and that's the bug that got me. And from that point on, I just spent every little moment thinking about cars, or researching cars, or drawing cars in my notebook instead of doing homework, or Googling top speeds of the fastest cars in the world instead of doing my homework, or watching YouTube videos of 0 to 60 times and exhaust videos of any car that I could find. And, just using it as an outlet for me, because little did I know I had ADHD from a young age, and I just spent my whole time thinking about cars. And, as I grew up, cars never went away from me. Cars were always a constant. I was always scouring eBay or now Bring a Trailer to find car deals, even though I couldn't afford them or couldn't buy them, or researching the latest cars or going on Motor Trend and reading the latest articles. And, now as an adult, I have my own car that I'm obsessed with, the Land Cruiser that I tinker with and mess with all the times that I can. I know my wife gets sick of me because there's always a new car part showing up, and I think a lot of you listening can relate to that. So again, I do this as well because I deal a lot with anxiety and depression and ADHD. So, and I use cars as an outlet for that. And again, I know a lot of people that are obsessed with cars also have a lot of these issues. So with the podcast, I want to be inviting on people who, again, are obsessed with cars, may have mental health issues, just to hear about their stories and be able to impart some wisdom on people and talk about the things that are going on inside of our heads and have candid conversations and, maybe learn a thing or two about cars as well. My ultimate goal is, if I can help somebody at the end of the day get through a tough day, get through a tough time in life, or maybe even teach somebody some coping mechanisms, I would absolutely love to do that, and that's a win for me. So all that to say, I'm super excited to be launching this podcast, and it's really been something that's been a long time coming for me, and I think this is something that will help a lot of people, and I'm excited to share a little bit of my life with you and be able to share the stories of so many car enthusiasts and people who deal with mental health illnesses to be able to help the general public and to be able to help people in the future. So bear with me as I learn how to podcast and learn how to talk into a microphone, but this is super exciting for me, and I'm looking forward to doing many more episodes with everybody. I'm going to get on a regular schedule here soon. I'm looking to upload on Fridays, so keep a lookout. But for anything MotorMinds Podcast, you can tune into the MotorMinds Pod Instagram and see what the latest updates are, see when I'm uploading, get a little bit of extra content. So follow me there. And if you have any questions at all or need somebody to talk to, please reach out. I'm Cruiser Pat on Instagram. You can just look for my goofy face and a black Toyota Land Cruiser, and I'd be happy to help you out with whatever you can. So thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to talking to y'all in episode 2. Thanks. Have a great evening.